I'm Baritazale Kule Benson, the chairman Kasese Tourism Investors Forum, and briefly really, Kasese Tourism Investors Forum is intended to promote tourism in the RWENZORI region. But in addition, we also look at investment, we also look at trade. So that's why we are planning such an investment, tourism and trade summit. And this summit is intended to bring people from different walks of life together so that we can think through the activities that we need to do to promote tourism, trade and investment in this region. We have invited people from far and wide, some from Kampala, others from the neighboring districts like Mbarara, and they are here. The speakers have come from different organizations, like here we have the Uganda Tourism Board, we have Uganda Investment Authority, we have Uganda Wildlife Authority, and many others. The intention really is for them to come and showcase to us areas of successes in other areas, so that we can also borrow relief from them. But also to come and learn from us, to listen to us, our areas of success, so that maybe since for them they take charge of the whole country, they can also make other people benefit from our experience. Now, we want people to know what we do so that they can also see if they can support our community, and to ensure that our communities can appreciate our thoughts, other people's thoughts, and what happens elsewhere, so that they can also start investing in the same. So as Kasese Tourism Investors Forum have made a big success, because over 100 participants have come, many of them from local organizations involved in the tourism value chain, hoteliers, these tour guides, tour promoters, and actually we think at the end of this summit, our people will go and rethink the way they do business, the way they handle tourism, and the way they actually organize their work. We are therefore request everybody in Kasese to get interested in the tourism value chain. Those who are farmers, ensure that when you are rearing your chicken, when you are planting, when you are looking after your crops and everything, you know some of them end on the table of a tourist. So tourism is not only for those who have hotels, those who do tour guiding, those who do border borders, those who do special, they are involved in the tourism value chain and handle our guests very well so that they can plan to come back. Ensure that everybody you look at use a nice language, and ensure that Kasese is kept clean so that we can have more tourists. Maybe outside that, just briefly, a number of activities taking place. We have the cultural gala, which is another area of cultural tourism. We had tree planting to ensure that this place is kept cool, so that our people, when they come, they feel they should sleep and have leisure here. And we are trying as much as possible to involve other games like bicycle riding, and ensuring that our people are entertained. Thank you so much. I want to thank you, and let me wish you the best. Use of charcoal, there is the use of trees, but also there is the use of electricity. So like for example, some of the items at the exhibition, we have charcoal saving stoves. Even when you are using charcoal, but you don't use as much as you need. Okay, we have people who are using firewood saving stoves, so that when you are cooking, you use a little firewood. So government is also trying to encourage, and I want to request government to actually ensure that the issue of rural electrification is given priority. Rural electrification is helping people. When you can use, where you may not use charcoal, there is also where you may use electricity. But then electricity should not be very expensive. because once it's expensive, then it becomes very difficult for somebody to use electricity as an alternative for charcoal. So we should devise means of ensuring that we apply these charcoal saving stoves, firewood saving stoves, but also ensure that rural electrification is encouraged. And some of these activities are being showcased and shown at our exhibition at RWENZORI Square. Yeah.
My name is George Businge. My name is George Businge, and I work as the warden in charge at RWENZORI Mountains National Park, Queen Elizabeth Conservation Area, Uganda Wildlife Authority. Our mandate as Uganda Wildlife Authority is to conserve, protect wildlife within protected areas and also outside protected areas. And these protected areas, of course, have unique flora and fauna. Those are plants and animals. They have beautiful scenery, and also they have beautiful landscapes that normally visitors come and appreciate and enjoy and relax by seeing the beautiful animals, plants, the landscapes, and the nature itself. When these visitors come, definitely they pay revenue to the Uganda Wildlife Authority, and this revenue, part of it, 20% of the get collections goes back to neighboring communities, parishes, to support community development projects. We have projects like livelihood projects, infrastructure, developments, and also human-wildlife conflict mitigation measures. So I actually encourage the people to jealously protect the protected areas. They shouldn't go and encroach and kill wildlife, because by killing the animals, it means the numbers will definitely do what? Reduce. And once the numbers reduce of animals, it means the visitors will also reduce coming, where there's nothing significant for them to see. We normally encourage people outside protected areas to look for alternative survival mechanisms, alternative sources of income, so that they don't create pressure on the protected areas resources. And one of the resources that we are seeing demand increasing now is the demand for firewood. We have some memorandum of understanding where we allow some communities neighboring the park to collect the firewood maybe once in a month, twice in a month, depending on the protected area. So we normally encourage such communities to plant trees, so that when their trees are mature within their villages, neighboring protected area, they can use those trees for firewood. They can use those trees for timber to build their houses, instead of creating pressure, instead of engaging in illegal activities, go and cut timber inside the protected area. So specifically RWENZORI Mountains National Park, we have a program with the WWF, that's the Worldwide Fund for Nature, which is actually giving out tree seedlings to the communities around RWENZORI region, specifically kasese. and I think they have so far given around 30,000 trees planted in the villages neighboring RWENZORI Mountains National Park in Kasese district. So that one will definitely reduce the pressure. But also, the other important issue related to planting of trees is the issue of absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. You know very well, we now have climate change. There's global warming because of those gases, emissions in the atmosphere that have created a blanket, and we therefore need to reduce on those emissions. I would also like to bring to your attention that because of global warming, the glacier, the snow in the RWENZORI Mountains, especially at Margarita Peak, is reducing because of smelting, because of the global warming. And when you plant trees, it means you are actually helping absorb the gases that are bringing about global warming and ensuring that the glacier does not melt because of high temperatures, and the snow does not recede. You know very well that peak climbing, especially Margarita, is one of the activities or products that is very important to this region and brings a lot of visitors. So by planting trees, we're actually helping to maintain Margarita Peak. Before I go to the interventions, I need to tell you the cause. Why are animals moving from the protected areas into people's villages to destroy crops? Scientifically, animals move because of, I think, 3 reasons. They're looking for food, they are looking for mates, or they are running away from an enemy. That's why animals move. Now, what has happened with our protected areas, especially Queen Elizabeth National Park, is that because of climate change, we are seeing new plant species that are not palatable to these animals coming up. An example is a shrub called the Dicrostatus scenario. The people around call it Kalemanzozo. They call it Kalemanzozo. I think that's a rotoro. It has thorns. It cannot be eaten. So what has happened, it has now replaced the naturally occurring grasslands. And you know, there are animals who specifically feed on grass, especially the antelopes, the Uganda cobs, and others. So when the grass and even buffaloes and even elephants, am I right? Now, when the grass is finished and replaced by these shrubs, which we call invasive species, it means the animals inside the park have no food. So they run out to communities to look for food. So we are not sitting as Uganda Wildlife Authority. We are working with communities to uproot those shrubs that are taking over or replacing grassland, that are making the animals lack food to eat and end up coming out the community conflicting, eating people's crops, destroying property. So what are the interventions? Are the number of interventions as Uganda Wildlife Authority to stop or reduce human-wildlife conflicts? Number one, which has really been very effective, is the electric fence, which we have done the other day was in Nyakatonzi. in the zones is in Kasese here. Those people used to have frequent attacks of elephants destroying their crops. But since that fence was put there, it has done miracles. The animals do no longer cross from the protected areas to come and destroy people's crops. We have not extended the electric fence everywhere, but we have started and we are moving slowly. So we hope if government gives us more money, and also World Bank, our dream is to have these protected areas fenced off with electric fence, because it is doing very well in terms of stopping human-wildlife conflicts. We have also dug trenches in Queen Elizabeth National Park. These trenches deter animals from crossing. They are deep, can be 2 meters, can be 1 meter, I think around 1 meter deep. It's a bit 1 meter wide, or slightly more. So when animals like buffaloes come and elephants, they fail to jump. But the elephants are very intelligent. With time, they try to push. If you put the soil on the side of the protected area, then they will push the soil with their legs and fill the trench, and then they pass. But also, what we do, we put the soil the side of the community, so that animals, the soil we have got from the trench, we put it on the side of the community. So that in the side of the protected area where animals are, there's nothing. We have not only done that, we are having Mauritius thorn fence. This is a thorn plant that can make a fence, live fence, and it also reduces animals from crossing to communities to destroy people's crops. We also have beehives. We put beehives along the boundary. A line, animals like elephants, they fear the sound of bees too much. So when they hear the bees making their noise, they run away back. That's another intervention. Then the other intervention, of course, is chili, red chili, kamurali. We make a block, burn it, we put something, maybe cow dung, burn the thing. That smoke that comes irritates and smells bad to animals, so they also run away. But we have also had the scouts, community scouts, whom we train, and they use the vuvuzela, those things which make noise. So they scare away, they drum, and then the animals, they run back to the park. But also those community scouts help to give us information, so that as rangers who are armed, we can respond to human-wildlife conflicts wherever they are. Remember, we are not on every meter of the protected area boundary or the national park boundary, but communities live adjacent. So we get scouts from communities to give us information about those human-wildlife conflicts. So those are some of the measures we have employed as the Uganda Wildlife Authority to reduce on human-wildlife conflicts. Hello, compensation. There's a law, I think started 2019. If your crops are destroyed, then you move to, first of all, report to police, LC1, and they must give you a report. Then an agriculture officer comes also and visit the site, and then they make some valuation, how much money. So once you have those reports, LC1, police, agriculture officer, and then of course UWA will also come and verify. There are forms we give you for crops lost, and then you submit them to us, and then we submit them to headquarters Kampala to process your compensation. We also have compensation for domestic animals. If your cows are eaten, but this must be outside the conservation area. If your cows or goats enter the national park or wildlife reserve and they are eaten by a lion, you don't qualify to get money. The law allows compensation for animals killed, for domestic animals killed from community. So we also have the same the forms where you fill. We also have forms for life. If a human being, human life, if an animal has killed you, has killed a relative, maybe a lion, and has killed that person from outside the national park or wildlife reserve, we have forms we give you. These forms can be got from any office or Uganda Wildlife Authority, National Park, Wildlife Reserve. You fill those forms, and there you need a report from the LOC1, a report from the police, a report from the medical officer, and this one must be a government hospital, not private. And then a report from UWA staff. So all those 4 people go to the site to verify so that there is no forgery. The LOC1 must reach the site, the police must reach, the doctor must give us postmortem report, and also UWA staff. Once that form is filled by all those people, when you have lost your loved one to an animal like a lion or any other buffalo outside the protected area or conservation area, then you fill that form and you bring it to our nearest office, a national park or wildlife reserve.
Now, what if is Kamili Zephania Wambali? I am the founder and CEO of Musingika Tourism Company Limited, but also I am a director in charge of youth in tourism at Kasese Tourism Investors Forum. Now today we are hosting the RWENZORI Business and Tourism Summit. Specifically, when I read history, during the 1970s, Kasese was known for 3 C's. 3 C's stood for copper, cotton, and coffee. Now, when I grew up, I realized that these things have died away, especially for the Nyakatonzi Growers Cooperative Union were among the pioneers who were pioneering cotton. But as we look at things now, they're dying away. The Klembe mine is limited. Died away a long time ago. You all understand that it is no longer operational, so that means we have lost our name. Now, we are here today, we are deliberating about how can we revive the 3 C's, the cotton, the copper, and the coffee. But now, how should the 3 C's complement the tourism? You know that we are into this is Kasese Tourism Investors Forum. I'm also a proprietor in tourism. Now we are looking at, can we revive this lost glory? So this is what we are discussing today. We want to revive the glory about the 3 C's, and we want this to complement the tourism that is moving around. Everyone is speaking interest in Kasese. You know that we are creating a tourism conscious community. So this is one of the ways how we are going to revive our lost glory. Most of these events, we host the regulators, that is the government, the investors, and one of the challenges our proprietors or the business owners in Kasese is facing is the lack of information. For example, they don't know what is the difference between a hotel, a motel, and a restaurant. So this is some of the avenues where we share this information. Like today we have been hosting Uganda Tourism Board. We have shared a lot of information concerning the grading and the certification. So just like the tour guides, some tour guides don't know how should I become a tour guide? How should I become a tour operator? So these avenues is where we share this information.
I'm called Maskameri Mukokoma, and an incoming candidate woman MB Kasese district on NRM ticket. As per now, we are at RWENZORI International. We are with the RWENZORI cultural heritage investors. We are learning about how to improve the business in Kasese RWENZORI as Uganda at large. So today we have learned about how to improve the business under our cultural heritage. I, a candidate, Maskameri Mukokoma, I have learned that when we promote our culture here at Kasese, we shall have to develop much more and get more tourists to come to see our district as a prompt district to be developed tomorrow. Two, I've learned about how our cultural heritage can be promoted at large. I as a candidate, when I go to Parliament, I'll work harder with business institutions and other non-government organizations to make sure we improve and promote our RWENZORI heritage culture in RWENZORI region. Thank you so much.
The names of Marai Felix, manager Chiriwacha Tumba. Chiriwacha Tumba is a Rukonjo word which means hot spring. Actually, currently, it is the Bataka. They came up with an organization called Chibenge Community Tourism Village, which is managing the Chiriwacha Tumba on the behalf of the Bataka. So this Chiriwacha Tumba, it is offering very many services like massage, what we call body therapy. Those who are big, I invite you that you go there and you reduce on the size. We also have food vending. If you want also to buy food, you want to take tea, you want to take mchomo, you want to take what, you go to Chiriwacha Tumba at any time. You'll find it there.
Okay. How are
the events when people are very many in the town, and the moment they go there, it will boost our income such that also we get some income such that we support the local community, because we have been paying school fees, more especially the candidate classes. We give them registration through P7, Senior 4, Senior 6, we pay them registration fees. And another thing, monthly, we normally give the elderly food. We give them 2 kilos of sugar, 2 kilos of posho, 2 kilos of rice, monthly basis. And we normally give first aid to the community, to every member who is registered in the Chiriwacha Tumba or Chibenge community. We give them first aid to every registered member. So the little money which these people pay, the moment this festival comes, then the income increases. So we shall have to buy medicine, give the elderly food, registration will be paid in time. And I beg that from the beginning of the marathon, we increased the fees, the charges. They were paying 1,000, now we have changed it to 2,000. Because we have even reached on a situation whereby TV, whenever there is football, clients will go there and enjoy watching football on a free basis, as long as you have paid the 2,000 for the entrance. Then
how much are you raising per month?
Monthly, we are around 4 million.
Okay.
There is very many source spending. There is a problem for the river which is coming from Nyakabengo, which is disturbing the community. So much of the money we are using it for excavating that river. Then Partly it is for paying salary for the staff. Another one is used for paying food for the elderly. Then registration, we do give corporate responsibilities. That's why we pay school fees to the candidate classes, more especially for the for children of the members who are registered, in that community. Then also members who are registered and they are elderly, we give them food as our corporate social responsibility. I request government that if they can construct for us hotels or lodges whereby we can accommodate our visitors who are coming from different areas or different countries, it would have saved us from the burden where people are moving from night sloping town looking for lodges.
How about security?
Security, we also request the government to at least assist us with, at night they give us 2 security guards or 3, such that our place is safe and our clients are safe. That we have a very big challenge for the road which is going to Kilembe, whereby currently that road, it is impassable. During the rain season, most of the people, they don't use that road, so it is affecting our tourism sector in Kilembe. Request also in the government that at least in that river Nyamwamba, they should put an excavator on a daily basis, such that the community around, people who are near Kiriwacha Tumba, they shouldn't get disturbed with the water and their lives